Hey everybody, welcome back to Old Mountain Bricks. Today we are going to be taking a quick look and review and speed build of the Lego Marvel Sanctum Sanctorum from the MCU and Doctor Strange and a few other movies there. It starts with 18 bags. We're going to kind of go through it all. Comes with base plate and everything. And the first thing you're going to see here, I did make a Mills plate for it, and you're going to be thinking, bruh, what are you doing? You got the blue plate on the bottom here? I know, I understand, but you just gotta work with what you got, and this is what I got right now. So I only have the light bluish gray plate to put on top of it, so it doesn't technically match the dark bluish gray plate that comes with the set, but it was kind of bent up anyway, so I wanted to put that one kind of flattened up. But you can see as we're kind of getting started here, a lot of the tiling work and everything. I do like that tile pattern kind of for the lobby area of the sanctum. As you can see, you're kind of making that main staircase area that's in a number of the movies and everything. It does seem a little steep for a staircase. I thought, Lego had a code they had to follow, kind of like we do, as far as how steep the stairs can be. I think it looks really nice, though. It kind of captures what it is without making the building, too crazy big, like they kind of try and do in the movie sometime. The main pain that I had when making this kind of set is those little window elements. Putting the little glass into them a whole bunch of times, gets really repetitive, and it's kind of a pain, honestly, in order to put it all together. But for those who've been keeping track, we are approaching about 200 subscribers, so make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe, because we're working on our Lego city. This is the first building we're going to be adding into the city. Just want to do this one because I thought it would be fun to have it part of the city. I'm a big Marvel fan, so I think it'd be fun to start with this one. But we've got another 15 or so, which, again, we have another video coming up here soon that you'll see with kind of an overview of everything we're going to be hopefully putting in the Lego city as far as our main buildings and infrastructure ideas. You can see we do have a few minifigures off to the side: Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Wong, and another guy there. I forget his name right at the moment, but I will show you those at the end as well. Another cool part you can see here is that Sanctum does have an interesting angle on that corner that was neat to build. Next, we're kind of starting on the second floor. It does have a neat play feature with those windows. You can see where I'm putting the bookcases in front of right now, and the details on all that. So that's always fun. Again, with the sticker elements, just makes it a fun build to put in there. And you can kind of slide the doors back and forth in order to show different, dimensions, I guess you would say, or parts of the earth where you can kind of travel to, like in the Doctor Strange movies. Okay, so now we're starting to finish up that second floor here, and kind of do some of the window details and everything. Okay, and now on to the third floor. Again, it's less detailed, on these other floors than the other one. It has some neat, small builds, you'd include like with the wall and some of the trophy cases, I guess you would call them there, or artifacts, in the movie and everything. So it's just neat to kind of see how all that gets included. They're always fun, again, if they include any stickers or maybe just some Easter egg type things. But this is also basically the roof section as well. I feel like Lego has been a big fan of these like sand green colors, which, hey, it does look pretty good. So I can see where that's a big thing. That Doctor Strange, like the Sanctum logo, I guess you'd call it there, is a print piece, so that is neat to have included on this set. I think everything else is basically a sticker, though, that you'll see. Okay, and as we start to wrap up the roof here, you can see it's kind of, again, a few smaller builds just to add some of those details that we want to see kind of from the outside, blended in with the other modular buildings that'll be in our city. And then right when I feel like I'm done, I feel like this last bag was just all these kind of smaller things as far as details to add on to the side, like Gargantuan and like these trees and other little details, which I really don't mind, but it's nice to have some extra details put in here. All right, and the big reveal now. Let's take a closer look at some of the details. Okay, you can kind of see all the minifigures on the side here. I'll try and show them to you as we kind of spin this around. You can kind of see we've got Scarlet Witch, Ebony Maw, Mordo, of course Doctor Strange right here with his kind of rubber cape. We've got, there's the Time Stone again, and that the spell book. I don't know if it has an actual name, but you can kind of see that with the portal aspect. And a lot of these wall pieces can be switched around. There's Sinister Strange, Spider-Man, Iron Man, or that's Dead Strange, sorry. Okay, so here's the roof. I kind of removed it so you can kind of see some of the details. But let's again take a closer look at this top floor here. Again, you can see some of those artifacts we were talking about and some of the sticker elements I think are pretty neat. They kind of have just some Easter eggs from the movies. Again, there's that printed piece that we were looking at, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that section, and we'll take a closer look inside, get some of those details and sticker pieces and some of those like small tiny builds and everything. So that's really neat. Again, you can see now, the amount of windows, all of them were stacked either too high or at least one of those larger ones and everything. So again, it just takes up a lot of room, or takes up a lot of time when you're building it there and smushing your finger into the little window piece. Again, trying to show you some of the details. Again, a lot of the sticker elements. The first floor does kind of look the best with kind of that tiling, of course. I think that's pretty common with other modular buildings as well, with having tiling the first floor now, but then, not the others. Back there, you can see Wong's secret stuff back there, and a few other small little Easter eggs that are kind of hidden in there for you. Oh, and in here is a little dumpster out back. It has the Shady Acres plaque in there, as well as like a pop, and then the extra infinity stones. I think that's funny that they threw the extra time stones into the dumpster back there. I think that's just hilarious. But here's one more look, kind of looking down the staircase. And when you put the second floor back on, the other cool thing is if you don't want this, sticking out so far, or it's next to another modular building, you can just pick it up like this and flip it around and kind of stick it in there. Kind of got to make sure you line up the tentacles just right. So bear with me while I do that one-handed here. There we go. So it can kind of just match, and that way it just goes into the building, and you can have another building, right up against it, because this technically is a corner building as well. So you got to find a good place in the city to place that. Okay, one last just kind of quick look over on the table here, and now we just got to find its first home here in the Lego City. All right, again, we're just getting things set up, but, this is, I think, a neat location, just kind of front and center for now. You kind of see the base plate. See, it doesn't look too bad hiding that blue base plate in there now, once we kind of have the road system set up and everything. But I think it'll look nice over here, again, once we have, like, an infrastructure as far as our roads and the train and all of that, of how it all looks together. But for now, like I said, I've got, that guy stored away so he doesn't stick out the side, because I do assume I am going to have another modular building up next to it at some point. But again, I think it looks really neat with minifigures all outside of it. All right, and one last look at the building here placed in the city. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you do leave a like. As it really helps the channel out. Make sure you subscribe. We got a lot of great content as we start setting up the city, and we can't do it without your support. And until next time, have a good one.